Do you have any goals or resolutions that you keep setting year after year, or maybe month after month, without much success? Let's talk about the 4 steps to introducing new habits into your life so that you can achieve your overall goal without it feeling like a chore. Have you ever tried to introduce new habits into your life, telling yourselves that you've got to finally start doing whatever it is that you want to do so that you can achieve your bigger goal or resolution, but as time goes by, you realize you're not really doing all those things that you promised yourself you would do? It's an easy trap to fall into, and I myself fell into the same trap the very first week of this year, trying to introduce a few new good habits all at once and failing miserably, leaving me feeling rather overwhelmed about everything going on around me. And not only those habits themselves, but actually everything else felt out of whack as a result, and my overall productivity was affected as well. Have you ever experienced that? It was then when I remembered about the lessons from a book I once read called The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, which I recommend. And it was around that same time I was also reminded about some lessons that I've learned along the way while successfully implementing new habits in the past. And so I approached the subject in an entirely different way. So, how do you actually achieve your goals or resolutions by creation of new habits? And how can you make those habits as automatic as basically brushing your teeth? Because really that's the goal, making your desired action or habit, whatever it is, as easy as brushing your teeth in the morning, instead of feeling like you need to be trying really hard. So here are 4 steps to help you get on track. Number 1, create a list of actions or habits that will help you achieve your overall goal. While it's very easy to set a general goal, whether it's a weight loss goal or money goal or some kind of a business goal, setting any kind of resolutions without actually sitting down to make a plan of actions that you'll take to get you there is a surefire way to not achieving what you wanted. So first, make sure to take time and create a list of a few actions that you'd like to turn into habits so that you can stay consistent with them, which as a result will help you get to your goal. Number 2, figure out the triggers that lead into each action. The key part in making any action into a habit is figuring out the trigger that will make you go into that action mode the moment you come across it. You can either create or use such trigger that already exists in your life to just instantly remind you of the action or choice you wanted to make. You've got to think about what will be the trigger for each of those actions you decided on in step 1. So that when repeated enough times, the trigger alone will make you at first just think about the action and then later immediately go into doing the action whenever you come across your trigger without really thinking about it. In The Power of Habit, Charles Duhigg talks about 5 different types of triggers that can be connected with a routine or with an action that you want to start doing. Your triggers could be location, time of day, emotion, other people, or even the previous action that you were doing just before. For example, one of the things I wanted to change in my life recently was starting my day from drinking a glass of warm water with lemon juice. But every time I'd go to the kitchen in the morning, I would have this strong habit of immediately starting to make coffee. I would just go for the coffee right from the get-go. So I started taking out the lemon juicer out of the cupboard and onto the countertop in the evenings. So that would be the first thing I see when entering the kitchen in the morning. As a result, now when I go into the kitchen first thing in the morning, I'm reminded of the choice I made and I squeeze out my lemons, leaving coffee for later. Because I can't quite say goodbye to coffee just yet. Shh. So now take the list you created in step 1 and figure out what your trigger could be for each of those new habits. Number 3, determine your keystone habit and start from introducing that very one. One of the important parts of introducing your new habits is to not try too much too fast. One of the reasons why I felt so overwhelmed at the beginning of the year is because I tried to suddenly change a few major things all at the same time. What you've got to do instead is choose one action to implement first, and then once that one is easy to maintain and you kind of keep going without thinking about it, you can introduce another one. But again, add only one new action or habit at a time. In this step, you should determine which one of those habits that you wanted to change is your keystone habit. A keystone habit is the one action that, when implemented regularly, will spark changes ahead and motivate you to keep introducing new habits whenever you're ready. In the book, Charles Duhigg talks about the keystone habit for weight loss being, actually surprisingly, keeping a food diary. Studies have shown that people who kept a food diary, writing down everything they ate, were more likely to become successful at losing weight, as just the simple action of writing down all that they ate made them realize some of their patterns and behaviors, which then became the next things that they changed, leading to a long-lasting lifestyle change, really. So take the list of actions and triggers that you've made so far and determine which one of them is your keystone habit. Which one, if you were to only implement that one, would keep you going and it would help you stay motivated to slowly start introducing new actions and habits as you become ready. Start from introducing that one first. Number 4, reward or habit tracking. Duhigg talks in his book about reward as an important step in making sure that you stick to your new habit, so that you get the trigger, then you take an action and you get a reward at the end. And that last part is not to be underestimated, because the thrill of that reward, however small and insignificant it might seem, is what will keep you motivated over longer term. Some of those rewards that Duhigg mentions are very tangible, like the feeling of clean teeth you get after brushing. So just the simple action of doing this is something that you would miss if you forgot to brush. But the problem with rewards is that it can make you think about something that might not necessarily be good for you. Are you thinking about chocolate ice cream too? Me too. And then you'll get a new habit, but as a result, you might also introduce a less helpful one off the back of this. So here's a helpful reward that will both work as a reward as well as tracking of your habit and your progress. Over time, I figured out that for me and for a lot of people that I talked to about this, there's something very rewarding about seeing your progress, and especially the ability to take something off after it's done. Doesn't that feel good? So I would suggest creating a place in your weekly or daily planner where you'll be able to visually track your progress, either by ticking off the action under each day or maybe coloring in the box corresponding to each day after it's done. That way, you'll get the immediate feeling of a reward without going into credit card debt from buying yourself yet another pair of shoes because you needed an idea for a reward, right? So your 4 steps that I'd like you to do now is to first create a list of a few new actions that you'd like to turn into habits, actions that will help you achieve your overall goal. Then secondly, figure out what is the trigger that will help spark that activity, whether it's location, time of day, emotion, other people, or the previous action that you were doing. Then thirdly, determine your keystone habit and start from introducing that one, ignoring all the other ones for now. And then finally, create a way to track your habit visually, or think of another immediate reward you'll get from performing the action you choose to turn into a habit. Now, for the accountability part. I'd love it if you could leave a comment below with 3 specific actions or habits that you want to introduce into your life that will help you make your goal happen. And identify what is your keystone habit that you're going to start from out of those 3. What is the first action that you can introduce that will make it easier to make the next ones happen too, and that will help you stay motivated too? Leave a comment below. That's all for today. Subscribe to my channel and do share this episode with your friends so that they too can create lasting change in their lives. And for more inspiring videos and articles to help you make your dreams come true, go to catbird.com and leave your name and email to get weekly notes from me directly to your inbox. Thank you for watching. Until next time.